Mark Savich, CEO of Agrimin, ticker AMN. You've been the CEO for how many years now?
7 years.
And before that you were?
I was a resources analyst.
Okay, we're testing a new segment called Rapid Fire, where I'm going to ask you 20 questions and I'd like you to answer them as fast as possible. You ready?
I am.
What is Agrimin's main commodity?
Sulphate of potash fertiliser.
And what exactly is potash?
Potash is a potassium-based fertiliser to help plants grow.
What other ingredients are in fertiliser?
There's 3 types of main nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus and potash.
What's the difference between SOP and MOP?
SOP is a premium type of potash fertiliser. It doesn't have chloride and is used on high-value crops like fruits and vegetables.
From potassium in the ground to a bag of fertiliser at Bunnings, what are the steps in between?
There's a lot of mining, processing, transportation, logistics, packaging, marketing, a lot of steps.
Yep, that's good. What are your go-to publications for potash information?
We go to industry respected sources, analysts from around the world.
Are there any particular that you're willing to say?
We use CRU, Argus, Media, to name a few, green markets.
Potash pricing is very hard to find. Why is that?
Because a lot of the products are quite bespoke, so there's no real generic type of product that can have a benchmark price.
And potash, the price is, or depending on the type, is up 2, 3, even 4 times in the last 3 months. Why is that?
Crop prices are increasing, so farmers can afford to pay more for fertiliser, and also we've seen a lot of supply recently come out of the market.
Why has that supply come out of the market?
Because of sanctions on Belarus and Russia, which combined produce about 40% of world supply.
What other countries, other than Belarus and Russia, contribute to potash production?
Canada's a big player, Israel, Germany, to name a few. China also has a lot of domestic production.
Yes or no, is the recent price spike for potash sustainable?
I believe it is, yes.
Why?
Because crop prices and food inflation is going to be here for a long period to come, I believe. And also, I don't believe normal trade flows of potash from Russia and Belarus will be restored anytime soon.
What do you see as the main drivers for the demand output of potash?
Increasing demand for fruits and vegetables, a rising middle class that wants to eat more fruits and vegetables.
Your most recent announcement was titled Binding Offtake with Leading US Fertiliser Company. Can you summarise the announcement in 1 sentence?
Very strong counterparty to distribute our fertiliser through the US market.
Can you define what you mean by US counterparty?
A partner for us that has really good logistics chains, distribution networks and all of the infrastructure needed to get our potash to customers and farmers in the US.
And what do your offtake partners do or farm?
Typically they'll distribute our fertiliser for us, so they have the infrastructure in place to move our potash from the ship where it gets off the port all the way to the farmer.
And ESG investing is becoming very popular now. What does ESG mean for SOP production?
It probably means at least half of the world's supply from the Mannheim production process might disappear pretty soon because it's very, very carbon intensive.
Inflation in the US is hitting 40-year highs. How does this impact potash companies?
Food prices are going up, then farmers are getting more for the crops they sell and they should be able to afford higher prices for potash fertiliser.
And finally, what can investors expect from Agrimin over the next 6 to 12 months?
Moving through our permitting to have a shovel-ready project as soon as possible to take advantage of high prices as soon as we can get into production.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thanks.